You want to start this one? All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Welcome to Cracker Jokes. This is your boy, JB.
And this is your boy, CCF. I'm like CCR, but just a little bit different.
Just a little bit more effed.
And you are actually the same as Justin Bieber.
Yes, exactly the same.
And, funny enough, every German girl hiding in an annex in the 1940s is also a fan of yours.
Did we not talk about this last week?
We did. But I'm
bringing it back.
Everything comes full circle on this podcast,
full
man.
Circle.
Cracker Jokes, 9 innings of comedy. We're here to bring you the greatest show on the face of the planet. We're going to start and enter into inning 1, us. We're going to talk about our weeks. And Justin knows this. Today, I woke up just completely messed up in the head. I dreamed that I was inside of a video game and that pirates took over my land and killed all of my... Dude, literally, pirates took over this island I had just found in Minecraft. And in my dream, I remember being at a camp on the opposite side of a river at night, watching just lights of guns. And it would like light up and I would be like, they're killing all of my people. And I felt like I was there forever.
But feeling the emotions as if everything was real.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like real life when you're in your dream and you can't tell. Yeah. Literally in my dream, I was like, I don't know if I'm awake or not right now. I have no idea. And I don't want to die. And they told us that if we left our camp that snipers were around us and they were going to shoot us in the head. But yeah, dude, I feel like I've just been really depressed this week, honestly. Okay. I don't work at the hotel anymore.
This is going to be a running thing.
Every episode I'll have a new job. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't work at the hotel and I've just been starting to run again this last week. But I've just really been like beating myself up. Yeah. So it's kind of been tough just because like my mom, when I was growing up, worked 3 jobs consistently because she was a single mom and whatnot. Right. And so like for me, I kind of felt like I couldn't even work 2 to a certain sense. And I just kind of been feeling like a fat loser this week. And which is close to the Biggest Loser, but it's not quite the same.
This is the fattest loser.
Yeah, the fattest loser. That's what. Right here in Pocatello, Idaho.
No, yeah, like don't work multiple jobs unless you have to. Yeah. I mean, or if you love it, but like killing yourself for crap work and crap pay is not gonna be
when I don't really need it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not a fat loser. You're just a loser.
And you're a little fat, too.
I don't know. I just think you're adorable.
Aw, thanks, man. I'm just a cute little guy.
Just a cute little Cupid.
Cute little Cupid loser. How are you, man?
I'm not bad. It's been a decent week. What have I even done this week? I went and had a bonfire on Friday.
Very cool.
Which I arrived to thunderous applause. That was fun.
Why?
So, I don't know. I think they just thought it was funny to get the last person there.
Oh, got you.
So I just dropped everything on the ground, arms spread wide, and said, "Worship me." 'Cause that's how you react to anyone being happy to see you.
Yeah. Anyone with the initials JB, that is typically how they greet you.
Yes, me, Justin Bieber, Jason Bateman.
Yep. I knew there's another one out there. Damn, dude.
Jack Black.
Jack Black's a JB.
That's right.
Dude, if he walked into a room, I would for sure give him a rounding and standing applause. 100%.
Yeah. I got a question for you on the us front.
Okay.
To learn a little bit about us.
Yeah, we can go into inning 2 here. Inning 2 is going to be us. Did you want to keep doing... No, yeah. Fine. Sorry, I mixed it up on the paper.
I will put it in somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay. Inning 2 is us. You can submit any advice that you have to crackerjokespod@gmail.com, and we would love to answer them.
This inning 2 then is you.
Well, yeah. So inning 1 is us. See, yeah. I'm so messed up in the head from my Minecraft dream that I don't even know what's going on.
It's fair.
But we have 0 submissions for advice.
It's Chandler fair.
It is. I can't be anything but fair.
That's correct.
So what's your question about me?
Okay, your question for you is, you're an actor. You like to act.
Yeah.
What is your dream role?
Ooh.
And have you already done it?
Yeah. See, that's a question that actors always ask. Yeah. I don't really care to a certain sense. I really want to play like every title character in a Shakespeare play.
Okay.
Like that's kind of my goal. Like I'd love to be Hamlet. I'd love to be Julius Caesar. I've already played Macbeth.
You'd like to be A Midsummer Night's Dream?
I would like Yeah, for sure.
The titular dream.
I'd like to be any one of the Henrys.
Yeah.
Right? Richard III.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really think about that too much.
Sure.
Do you have one?
Oh, of course I do. In about 20 years, I want to play Willie Loman from Death of a Salesman.
Okay, yeah. I'd play Biff across from you, bro.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Absolutely.
I love Arthur Miller.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, dude, dream roles. No, yeah, dude, honestly, since stepping away from college for a bit, I've really tried to work on... I used to be, and I think this is honestly something that a lot of actors struggle with, and we've actually talked about this too, is like loving yourself in art rather than the art in yourself.
Right.
Like, and I think that that's why so many actors don't like to go to plays, because every time they see plays, they're like, oh, but I want to do it.
Right.
And it's like, but you have to be like willing to just be like, this is just an art form that I'm participatory of.
Right.
And yeah, so I don't really think about it too much, but I love Shakespeare, so that'd probably be my answer.
All right.
But I try to get away from like trying to like envision myself in roles and whatnot.
Yeah, I just try to think what would be fun and what would be different. I want to play roles that are different than the things that I am normally. Yeah,
for sure. I actually, funny enough, I'm working on a staged reading right now with a couple of friends, and check that out on Fair the Burn. It'll be coming out like early September, and after that, I want to work on another piece that I've already written that I actually was thinking about you for, like the main character.
Oh, really?
He's like a pastor dad.
Oh, nice.
Whose son is gay and whatnot, and so it's like this whole story.
And he's totally cool with it.
He's totally cool with it, dude. He's like, funny enough, I'm gay too.
Hey.
He's like, I hate your mom.
I was just heading out to Pride. You want to come?
Yeah. You think the worship pastor's just my friend? Yeah, but
okay,
that's interesting. So we can talk about that after.
Sure.
We didn't even decide what to draft today.
No.
Do you have any ideas before we go into it? We've been talking about game shows.
Yeah, we could do game shows.
You into that?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Let's hit game shows. Nice, we're flying through this. Inning 3. Game shows. All right, so we're going to do a draft now. Justin and I are going to pick the top 4 game shows that we can think of off the top of our itty-bitty heads.
Tiny little brains.
Because we are, first of all, T-Rexes. Yeah. And secondarily, if you don't move, we can't see you.
That's true.
And third, we didn't even talk about it before this.
Right.
So, I drafted last time.
Okay.
You go ahead, hit it first with your game show.
Number 1 is the best game show there ever has been, ever will be, or ever could be. And that is Jeopardy.
Damn it.
It doesn't mess around. They have like one segment where they talk to people. Otherwise, it's just question after question after question. None of this pomp and circumstance. We just get to it.
And it's literally just trivia.
Oh, yeah.
That's the greatest part about it, is you would be the king of Jeopardy. Yeah, especially if they did it in Pocatello.
Yes, with a very limited intelligence level in there.
Yeah.
But
what would your categories on your Jeopardy board be? Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings for sure. 90s to early 2000s sports.
Nothing faster before.
Nothing faster. Well, a little before is okay, but
okay.
And also no NASCAR.
No.
I'd love to be better at literature. I think that I always feel most proud of myself when I answer a literature question correctly.
Do you know a lot about literature?
I know a little, and I would like to know a lot more.
But I think for Jeopardy, they give them like packets to study.
Sure.
Do you know? Is that true? Do you know anything about that?
I don't know for sure. No.
I think that they literally give them like huge packets of like these are the possibility of questions you could get.
Right. That would make sense. They know entirely too much on that show.
Entirely too much. Dude.
I always feel real good about myself in the first round, and then they get to the second round, and I'm like, okay, I'm not that smart.
Yeah. What did you think about Alex Trebek dying?
That sucked.
Yeah, for sure, he's a legend, but like they replaced him with that Ken guy or whoever.
Ken Jennings, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Mayim Bialik now.
Oh yeah, the lady from Big Bang Theory.
And the one I remember from Blossom. There's
Blossom.
Age difference.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely. And everybody's pissed because they're just like, oh, she sucks. I'm like, man, she's just asking questions. She's just not Alex Trebek.
And she's also a doctor.
Right.
So she's fine.
Yeah, she's doing just fine.
That's a great number one pick. I'm going to take the other one that I thought about for one of the greatest game shows, and I'm going to go with Survivor.
Oh, that's fantastic. I wouldn't even think in shows like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great pick. Survivor's so good.
Dude, it's on Amazon Prime. I'm going back and rewatching it.
Yes.
It's just as good now as it was back then.
I think I did the same thing years ago where I watched like every single season.
Yeah.
Or at least everyone I could get my hands on.
You remember Coach? You ever see the season with Coach?
Coach is he's super entertaining to watch, and I hate the man so much.
100%.
I just remember, here's my Coach story. I mean, we'll lengthen these things out, but they were doing a contest where they're like standing on platforms, like throwing rings, just weird, bizarre stuff nobody ever does in real life. And somebody was sucking, and Jeff Probst was talking crap like he does.
Yeah. Stirring shit.
And the guy's like, how would I know if I was any good at this? Like, nobody's ever done this before. And Coach goes, I have.
Of course he has, dude. That man's done everything under the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Coach could fly you from the mainland to Hawaii in a helicopter blindfolded backwards.
Yeah. Oh,
He's done it three times
before.
3
or 4 times.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, second pick. Moving right along. Let's see if you even know this one.
Okay.
A game show by the name of...
No Whammies.
Yes, Press Your Luck.
Was it really?
Press Your Luck.
I love that show, dude. Big money, big money. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Stop. Plus, they got the dude hacked the formula or whatever to like make hundreds of thousands of dollars. You ever see that story? He just memorized the pattern, and so he would just sit there and wait, and he knew right when to hit the button and just hit the money every single time.
Wow.
Until he got banned.
I'm gonna take another one of the same thing on that. I'm gonna take The Price is Right.
Okay.
Have you seen the documentary about that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Where the guy just like memorized every price.
Because he just like went to every show and watched all of them and had like the spreadsheet of like everything, and he's like going back. Like that dude has a photographic memory, dude.
That's a good pick. Price is Right. Probably should have been number one.
No, dude, you were right. Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Jeopardy is the number one game show. That's exactly what I was going to take.
But Price is Right. My whole memory of Price is Right is just being sick from school and like, oh, I can watch Price is Right because I don't have to go to school.
Yeah. That for me and Judge Judy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Judge Judy staying home from school.
All right, my next pick. Now this, I wouldn't have thought of this had you not done Survivor, but I'm going to go for it. It's Big Brother.
Damn it.
Love Big Brother.
It's a great show.
It's absolute stupidity, but every once in a while, you see somebody that's like a true genius and just manipulating the hell out of everyone, but subtly. It's fantastic to watch.
Well, and I don't know if this is true, but my sister always told me online there was 24-hour cameras you could watch.
There was, yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
And then they'd have like this Showtime Big Brother After Dark. And so you'd go watch it, and I'll tell you what, it was super boring. God bless editors.
They're just sleeping. Like it's just...
Or they're just having normal conversations.
I'm going to take Family Feud.
Yeah.
Specifically with Steve Harvey.
Not Richard Dawson.
No. I again, that could be a generational thing.
No.
But
Richard Dawson was before my time.
Oh, really? Who was it during your time?
I'm trying to remember. There was a bunch of different ones. Like they had the dude from Home Improvement.
Tim Allen?
No, it was the other guy, the Al Borland guy.
Oh, yeah.
They had Louis Anderson. They had a bunch of different ones. I don't think I had like a specific Family Feud host until Steve Harvey.
Have you seen it with Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
Dude, I just think he does so well on that show.
I think he does. I think if I watched like 6 episodes in a row, I'd be like, Steve, just give us the answer. Stop staring into the camera. But one show, he does it absolutely perfect.
Me and my family will sit down and watch hours of Family Feud,
Nice.
Dude. And it never gets old.
I just shit all over your family's fun time.
You absolutely did, but it's okay, bro.
Yeah.
We just love black people.
Okay. That's the title of the episode. All right, now I got to think of a fourth. I mean, there's a lot of good ones. I got to go back to my childhood. There was a game called Card Sharks. The simplest premise for a game ever, but I loved it as a kid.
Okay.
All they do is have giant playing cards on a board. They flip one over, and then you got to go higher or lower. That's the whole game.
Like War?
Not War, because War is card against card.
Oh, that's right. At the same time.
So if it's like an 8, you go higher, and if it's 9 or above, you get to keep playing.
And this was on TV?
This was on TV, yeah.
You guys were bored back in the day.
We were very, very bored.
You guys had no internet.
We had 3 channels.
That, no pressure.
Well, and PBS. We didn't count PBS. Nobody watches PBS.
Yeah, there's no game shows on PBS. Who cares, dude?
You just watch whatever's on TV. I remember my TV had the little twist knob. And so if I didn't want people to change the channel, I'd twist it to the channel I wanted. And then you could pull it out of the TV.
Just hide it.
And then nobody could change the channel.
That show's called Card Sharks?
Card Sharks.
That's a terrible pick, Justin. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's not a pick for you. That's a pick for me.
Yeah, it is. That's
me and me alone.
Yeah.
And then, like, maybe there's one person that's like, yeah, that show's okay.
Yeah. Everyone else is like, what is he doing? Picking Card Sharks.
I'm sure there's a million other that if I thought of them now, but right now that's the one that came into my brain, so that's what I drafted.
Like Wheel of Fortune?
Well, I've never been a huge Wheel of Fortune
fan.
fan.
Vanna White.
Yeah, I mean, she's good at turning letters around. I'll say that.
She's been there forever.
That's true.
You can win so much money. That's what I'm going to take. I'm going to take Wheel of Fortune.
All right.
That's a good draft.
That's a good draft.
I won't say what they are now. We'll just throw them up on the screen.
Yeah, we know what they were. We haven't forgot any of them, but we're not going to say them right now.
Bam. Right here. Tell us in the comments who you think won between me or Justin. And if you pick Card Sharks, then you suck. All the eggs.
No, you're actually very cool if you pick Card Sharks.
I would disagree, but that's fine. Inning 4. We're going to go trivia here.
All right.
You think of any trivia questions this week? You get anything?
I've got one for you, I think.
All right, we'll start with that, and then I'll kick it to you, the king of trivia.
Can you name... You know the singer Gwen Stefani?
Yeah, I know.
We talked about this before?
Yep.
Did we talk about this?
No.
Do you know what her original band was called?
Ooh. It's not the Goo Goo Dolls, right?
Nope, that's Johnny Resnick.
Yeah, okay. What was Gwen Stefani's original band name? The White Blonde Barbies.
That is incorrect.
Blondie.
It was No Doubt.
No Doubt. Wow.
That's all I remember her from, so that's another generational thing.
Do you have a favorite Gwen Stefani song or No Doubt song?
I really like Don't Speak. Don't Speak's a good one.
Okay. You ever heard of Harajuku Girls?
No.
Yeah, dude.
How did you?
Harajuku Girls.
All right.
Gwen Stefani got in trouble recently because she said that she was Japanese.
Oh, okay.
And I think Harajuku Girls came out like years ago, like 10 years ago or something. And she was like, no, I like went to Japan and I realized I am Japanese. I am really. And people were like, what are you saying, Gwen Stefani? You're just appropriating people's styles. But if you listen to Harajuku Girls, bangs, dude. Bangs.
Okay. All right.
Okay, here are my 3 questions for you, Justin.
Okay.
Jalapenos. Are they fruit or vegetables?
Jalapenos. It's got to be a fruit, right?
Final answer?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding! It is a fruit. I think it's because it has seeds.
Okay.
And it grows on a vine.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Speaking of popular female singers from back in the day,
all right.
Britney Spears dropped her iconic "Oops, I Did It Again" song, which is not about shitting your pants.
No.
In what year?
That would have been... I'm going to go 1990... I'm going to go 98.
Final answer.
That's my final answer.
And
was it 97 or 99?
it was
No, was it after 2000?
the year 2000.
Okay.
It was the year 2000.
I just remember it being like I was upper years of high school, but I couldn't remember how far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
So that would have been what, your junior year probably?
Senior year.
Yeah. Because you graduated pre 9/11, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Britney Spears, miss ya. Quit making TikToks. They're weird.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that she's free and she's not under conservatorship. That's awesome. But I wish that someone would control her phone a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then my last question is the giant. Okay, we talk about WWE wrestlers.
Okay.
We've talked about them quite a bit on this podcast so far.
Okay.
The Giant Gonzalez was the tallest WWE wrestler of all time, professional wrestler, standing at 8 feet tall.
Okay.
While the Big Show is 441 pounds at his prime, he was the 10th heaviest wrestler ever. Can you name the number 1 heaviest wrestler of all time?
It feels like it should be Andre the Giant, but I have a feeling it's not. I don't think I can. I think my best guess would be Andre the Giant.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
I think he's like 4th or 5th, but he's definitely up there. No, Kat, you need to get off of the recording.
There's a lot of things you can do, Kat. That's not one of them.
That's not one of them. It was Happy Humphrey.
Okay, never heard of this one.
Is a wrestler born in 1926.
Okay.
And he weighed a whopping 800 pounds at his prime.
Holy God.
I watched a video of him today.
Yeah.
He played like this like farmer type character.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, dude.
Can he even move?
That's what I didn't think so, but
Right.
I mean I don't think I watched him at 800 pounds. I probably watched him a little less than that. But even then, like he really was having.
How tall was he? Do you know?
I have no idea.
But like, to move around at 500 pounds is very tough. So if he's even 6, whatever, like that's difficult to do.
Yeah. So I just thought it was interesting. He played a little farmer type character, and funny enough, Happy Humphrey also was on Big Brother.
Well, really?
They were trying to get him off. You know what I mean? They handcuffed him.
Nice.
Yeah. So that is it for trivia.
All right.
Now we are on to a little bit of story time. Justin and I like to tell some stories. Justin has quite a bit of experience on this earth.
Sure.
And today we are going to talk about gas stations. Mm-hmm. Justin you worked at a Chevron?
A Chevron, yeah. So the Chevron I worked at had a Italian restaurant connected to it.
Okay.
So people would walk through the gas station to get into the restaurant. And so it had like just the most annoying jokes constantly for people coming. Like, I shouldn't say they were that. The jokes in themselves were not terrible. It was hearing them 600 times that you're just like, dude, you're not clever. Every person who comes through, like, because I walk through and see the roller with like the hot dogs and stuff. They're like, oh, I guess we should have just came here for dinner. I'm like, shut up and go eat your food.
Are they saying it to you, or are they just saying it?
It could be to me. Sometimes it's to the party, whatever.
Oh, okay.
But either way, it got really annoying. But the worst was the creepy, like, 50, 60-year-old perverts that come in, because then you got the waitresses coming in and out of the store. And they'll be up at the check stand or the register buying their stuff, and they'll just look at me and be like, I don't know how you work here with these hot girls walking. I'm just like, dude, like, go jump in your grave.
Yeah.
It's already dug. Just get in there.
I can't dance, but I'm going to dance on it.
And then watching 60-year-old dudes hit on, like, 20-something-year-old girls is just the worst. But I do have a more of a story-type story. So this guy comes in. I'm working, and I work by myself because it was a fairly low-yield store. So I'm working, he comes in, he gets a small fountain root beer, and he starts drinking it, and he looks at me and goes, hey, the syrup's out. So I said, okay, I'm running in the back to go check it. Checking it, I start to change it, but I'm like, this bag's kind of heavy, so I look at it, I'm like, no, this bag's full. Walk back out, dude's gone, cup's just sitting there. So I was like, all right, looked around, I don't notice anything missing, but like, I mean, it'd be easy to like take a candy bar or something, I'd have no clue.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever, I work for like an hour, and I'm like, no, something's going on. So I finally get on the cameras, go and check it out. As soon as I walked in the back, dude jumped over the counter, like leaned over the counter, grabbed like all the $20 lottery tickets, just started unrolling them.
No, dude.
Stole like $300 in lottery tickets. And then so I called the police. Police came up. Turns out the dude had done this all over town.
Wow.
And had like 20 felonies because they caught him.
What?
So I had to go to court. And then I was going to have to testify. But
as a gas station?
yeah. But then like his lawyer or whatever just decided to plead to it. Or he decided to plead to it.
Well,
so.
yeah. Of course, dude. They caught him.
So luckily I didn't have to because honestly I didn't recognize the dude.
Yeah.
Like I saw him for 2 seconds. I didn't pay attention to his face.
Well, I thought he was just trying to get a free root beer out of you, man.
Nope.
Yeah, he was trying to get a lot more than that.
I was so mad, but not necessarily mad at him. I was just like, man, makes me feel stupid.
Yeah.
That I got tricked. But what else was I going to do?
For sure, yeah. You got to make sure, it's customer service. You got to make sure the customer's happy. You ever have a lottery ticket win? You ever win on a lotto?
No, nothing above $5-10.
Yeah. I was like, that's just silly to be like, I'm going to steal all of the lottery. It's like, dude, most of us are going to get you maybe $100, like, altogether.
There were people that would come in there, and they would sit there for a couple hours, just scratch, check it out, buy another ticket, scratch. And I was like, dude, please, just buy a few and leave, because as long as you're here scratching, I have to just stand here at this register doing nothing else.
Just waiting for your ass.
And like a couple people would win like $500 or whatever, but I'm like, you just spent $250 to win $500, so
you guys had
I guess it's worth it.
You had places to sit though, because you were attached to a restaurant.
Oh yeah, so we had the back office because we were, like I said, it was pretty dead most of the time. So
right.
Nobody's in there. I just go in the back, get on the computer, do homework. I was there while I was going through college.
Oh, nice.
So it was a good job for that.
Yeah. No, for like the people though, like they were standing and scratching.
Oh, we had both. We did have one table. They could go in the restaurant if they wanted to, but we had one table. So sometimes they'd sit there, but a lot of times they'd stand right at the counter and just scratch right on the counter.
Just in front of you.
Yeah. And then it'd be like, okay, and then they'd leave, and I'd just have to pile of scratchings all over the thing.
That's ridiculous, dude. You got to be in it to win it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another great game show, Minute to Win It.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen Minute to Win It?
I think I've heard of it, but I haven't
It was hosted by Howie Mandel.
Okay.
And they used to have just like stupid ass games. Like I don't know if you ever seen people like put like an Oreo cookie on their head and they try to like get it to their mouth without touching it. That's from Minute to Win It. Yeah, stuff like that.
Ooh. Well, what about Fear Factor?
Dude, we forgot about Fear Factor.
Card Sharks, you're out.
Fear Factor's in. Dude, that show literally, nothing has made me cringe more in my life than Fear Factor.
Terrible.
Could you sit in a box with bugs?
Bugs, I'd be fine. If you put me in a 14 by 14 foot room with one snake, I'm out.
It's over.
Like, here's a little garter snake or whatever, and I'm just like, nope, not doing it. Put some legs on that thing or get it out of here.
The only thing I could probably do on Fear Factor is the eating challenge.
Yeah.
I think I could eat some pretty gross stuff, but anything with like cars or jumps, bug, I don't want to do any of that shit.
Also, I can't eat the egg where you can see the bird in it. You ever seen that?
What?
So eat an egg and you can like see the embryo.
No, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's horrible. Like it's ducks, maybe.
Ooh, mallards.
Like there's little like half-formed feathers in there and stuff.
No, dude.
I was like, no, I'm not. I couldn't do that. There's a lot of weird, gross stuff I think I could get down for money, but I don't think that one's one of them.
Next thing you know, they're going to bring an aborted baby out, dude. Be like, you got to eat this thing. Just throw a couple feathers on it. You know what I mean?
I think they already did that on South Park.
Unsurprising, honestly. Unsurprising.
Right.
Do you like South Park?
Sometimes. I think sometimes that's really clever writing.
Yeah.
Like it's like a mirror up to society type thing.
Sometimes I just think it's too, like, crass, though.
Yes,
yeah.
That's the other side of it.
Yeah.
So when it's clever and at its best, it's some of the best out there. And then otherwise it's passable. It's whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people, like, especially in the comedy world, have lately been like, the guys who are on South Park are the greatest comedy minds ever. And I was like, I've never really been into South Park. Like, they do have some funny bits and whatnot, but I've, like, never been...
And it is sort of my brand of humor of just, like, I'm going to take this to the furthest possible point.
Right.
But hopefully I have a salient thing that I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want my gas station story about fucking or fighting?
Oh, ¿por qué no los dos? Let's do... I mean, I feel like I'm going to throw a curveball here, and we'll go fighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
This actually happened like 2 or 3 nights ago.
Okay.
So I got done at my job probably around like 3 or 4 a.m. And then I walked out. I drove over to the Quick Mart on Arthur over here by Ridley's.
Okay.
Sketchy place. Obviously, it's an old town. It's in like our downtown area, whatever.
It's a common sense.
It's a common sense, yeah. Okay.
Those are always the creepiest gas stations. Doesn't matter where they're located.
Fair enough.
I don't know why, but they are.
But as I'm driving there, dude, like there are like 3 dudes that like cross the street, and then above them there were like 2 women that crossed the street, and they just looked like they were of the same flock, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, they all looked like they had been to jail at one point or another.
Yeah.
And so I pull into the Common Sense, I, like, get my drink, I pay for it, and as I'm paying for it, I'm walking towards the door, and I see this giant, not giant, she was probably, like, 5'10", I'm small, 5'10", like, Latina woman, and this other lady, like, short Latina woman, like, screaming at each other.
Okay.
And, like, as I'm walking to the door, they're walking, like, sideways to the door. And I was like, I am for sure going to run into this.
Yeah.
Now, side note, I parked like an asshole because no one was there before I got into the store. But, like, suddenly when I went into the store, fucking 20 people showed up. So, like, my car's, like, over the line. And I walk out, and this lady is screaming at the guys who are standing in the parking lot. Fuck you, motherfucker, you bitch, da 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 da. And I was like, oh god. And the other lady was trying to get her into the store, so she wasn't even trying to fight. She was trying to, like, to defuse the situation. And as I'm walking towards my car, she's like screaming at these guys, and then she goes, "And you!" And I look back.
Yay, you made the cut.
And she goes, "You bark like a fucking dick."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave now.
Like the worst case scenario when you pull in and you're just like, okay, I'll just park like this real quick and run in.
I'm gonna be in it for a minute, dude.
Right. And then not only did other people show up, but boy did they notice. And if anyone didn't, she made sure they did.
Yeah, she made sure that not only did she know, everyone else around knew, dude. You bark like a fucking dick. I was like, is this New York, New York? What is going on right now?
Yeah, you went to the wrong store.
But here's the thing. I got the number. I got the loyalty number at the Common Sense.
Yeah,
you know, I gotta go. If I'm spending money, I'm trying to rack up those rewards.
It's worth a stab wound.
And maybe my life.
Yes.
You know, it might go to my future children.
Oh, that's wonderful.
All right, here we go.
Moving right along.
Oh.
Without sound effects.
We'll play that again.
Yeah. What is that?
It's a guy at a Texas Ranger stadium, I think. Okay. It's like one of the hot dog salesmen.
Nice.
He went viral, and I was like, because I always think about, like, when someone's walking through, like, a Chicago ballpark, they're like, hot dogs, get your hot dogs here. But that guy was just like, I'm going to let everyone know right now.
Yeah. I don't want to have to say this word multiple times.
We're going to go weekly obsessions.
Okay.
What is something you've been obsessed with this week, Justin?
I think I've been, having a good, healthy obsession with cooking this week. I've enjoyed it very much.
You don't normally cook?
I haven't I've cooked occasionally, but, like, never too much. And then recently it's been, like, trying to eat better. Mm-hmm. So to do that, you have to cook. Yeah. Because if you want to lower your calories, processed food is not the way.
Absolutely, sir. And even if you buy something frozen and throw it in the microwave, you're still messing up.
So, and also the air fryer helps. That's not really cooking, but it is eating fresher stuff. But I made some thick cut pork chops the other night. Cooked them just right, like just to the right temperature, so they're completely cooked but still fully juicy and amazing. You go bone in or boneless pork chop? So normally I'm a bone in guy. Okay. There's nothing better than just gnawing around a bone. True. But these ones were boneless. Okay. And they were fantastic. They're pretty fire, dude. Boneless pork chops are pretty good. Yeah. It was a good thing. But then I cooked some taco salad last night. I mean, I don't cook the salad portion, but you do cook that meat. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get better with my spices. Best thing I cook, though, is a nice goulash. What's a goulash? Isn't that like from New Orleans? It's more like Hungarian type stuff. Okay. But it's basically noodles, or it's like macaroni. I use either elbow macaroni or shells. And then tomato sauce, hamburger, mushrooms, olives, kind of just whatever crap you want to throw in there. Yeah, I think I've had it before for sure. I think I'm thinking of jambalaya. Yes. Originally. But it's a very similar concept, just different spices, different and I think I use a sauce rather than like a soup. Of course, I haven't had much jambalaya, so I don't know. But basically, you just put whatever the heck you want. It's kind of like, like Depression era food where it's just like beef stew. Just put whatever you have left over in a pot. Yeah. It's kind of that type of dish, but it's like if you look outside, the Dust Bowl is probably going on. Right. But then I just spice the hell out of it. Lots of cayenne pepper, red pepper flakes, salt and pepper.
Using that cumin?
I don't have any cumin. I'll have to try that. I'm trying to experiment with spices.
You have a favorite spice?
Oh, probably cayenne. I just love that heat.
Dude, I like cayenne, yeah.
And I love it because it's a heat that doesn't stick around. It just hits your mouth and then it goes away.
Like a toxic boyfriend.
Like 2 toxic boyfriends. I just wanted to one-up you.
Well, I think we're both wrong because toxic boyfriends usually get you in and stay around.
They want to stay forever.
Yeah, they don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Like my dad. That's a better comparison.
Is your dad a toxic boyfriend?
No, but he hit us and then left.
Went to pick up some smokes and never came back.
Yeah. Called us while he was driving opposite way on the freeway.
All right, so what's your obsession this week?
This is a band called the Los Ponchos.
All right.
And they're a Cuban band.
Yeah.
And I just like their music.
Okay.
Me voy pa' pueblo, hoy es mi día.
We got multiple Spanish segments now.
We had another Spanish segment?
I did say ¿Por qué no los dos?
Yeah, you did. We should just make that a segment. Yeah, I've been listening. My buddy Cougar, who I started Fair the Burn with, has been listening to a lot of Spanish music with his friend Stevie.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to learn Spanish.
Right.
And I just, I was like, that's pretty interesting. And so I just kind of did turn on some tunes. And I was like, it's not to like hate on American music, because obviously I love American music.
Sure.
But Spanish as a language is just so much, like, so poetic.
Sure.
And I just like the feel of their songs, and it's just something I haven't listened to a lot. Right. So yeah, I've just been listening to like a ton of Spanish music lately.
Oh, I got reminded recently of just speaking weird music, not beautiful poetic music, but
some Mexican music is fucking really weird. So yeah.
But there was a band that I had a CD of back in the 90s or whatever. Canadian band called Crash Test Dummies. You ever listen to them? Oh, we sang them last week.
Yeah.
But I got reminded of their other songs because my friend Jack just started singing one. And I was like, dude, I remember that song. So we were jamming out to that a few times.
The Crash Test Dummies seem like all of their songs should just be onomatopoeias.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, bam, bam, bam. Like, that's what their song should be called.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Yeah.
What are their other songs called?
One was God Shuffled His Feet.
Okay.
And then there was Afternoons and Coffee Spoons.
Yeah.
Which my favorite line is at the end. He goes, and T.S. Eliot. Like, who throws T.S. Eliot into a lyric?
Life is very long.
It's. I wouldn't tell people, hey, go out and listen to this, but if you find yourself listening to it.
Do you think I would like the Crash Test Dummies?
I think you would enjoy it. I don't know that you would like it as like great music, but I think you would get fun out of it.
Yeah, I'd get a kick out of it. Yeah, it seems like it, dude. Yeah. They'd seem like they're not necessarily a joke band,
right? But
it seems like if all of their songs were like the Octopus's Garden from the Beatles.
It's like if Ringo wrote all the Beatles songs.
Yeah. He is the Crash Test Dummy.
Right, that probably is him.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I still need to listen to more of We Might Be Giants, too.
They Might Be Giants.
They Might Be Giants. Hey, man. We're part of the band.
I need to listen to more as well. Like, I heard their popular stuff, but then I found out they just have, like, thousands of songs, I think.
Really?
Probably. I did a YouTube search, and I was like, I haven't heard of any of these songs. So I need to go through and do some...
And that's quote-unquote your favorite band.
It could be. But my whole experience with music is very surface level.
Right.
It's like, oh, I heard this song and I liked it, so I love this band.
What was the first song from They Might Be Giants that you liked?
I think it was either the was it Triangle Man or I can't remember if it's called Particle Man or Triangle Man.
Particle Man?
Yeah.
Is this like Ant-Man's cousin?
It was like Particle Man fights Triangle Man. And then it was Constantinople.
Oh yeah. I know that song. Yeah. Is that their original song?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I think so. They might have covered it.
Yeah, I have no idea. That is a good song though.
Yeah. And both of those were on a cartoon when I was a kid called Tiny Toon Adventures.
Game show?
I wish it was a game show. It was like Bugs Bunny and all those, but they were like, we're gonna make other children versions of all these characters.
Oh yeah. Like it was like Looney Tunes kind of before Looney Tunes.
Yes, Looney Tunes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that show.
Or after Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Was it after Looney Tunes?
Yeah, because Looney Tunes was like the 50s.
What was the show that you were called? That you watched called?
Tiny Toon Adventures.
Tiny Toon Adventures.
Yeah.
I don't know if I also watched that, but I definitely have seen Looney Tunes characters younger, like as kids.
Well, this was versions of, but not the same. Like the Bugs Bunny was Buster Bunny.
Oh, yeah. I think when I was a kid, they actually made a show where it was the real.
Did,
yeah. You ready for the 7th inning?
Let's do it.
All right.
Is the mic on?
I'm gonna turn it on.
Nice.
Coming to the plate from Marsh Valley, Idaho. The man himself. I turned my own mic off, not yours. Justin Briscoe here to talk to us.
How's that mic? Can you hear?
Go ahead and talk real quick.
Yeah, here it is. Can you listen? Can you hear? Papa, can you hear me?
Go ahead one more time.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah, you're there.
All right, cool. All
right.
Technical issues fixed.
Today on the Boss Babe from the Boss Babe Cub.
Yeah, I forgot we do this.
For the 7th inning stretch, Justin is going to give us some points on beavers.
Beavers. You know what my favorite beaver ever was? And it's not Justin Beaver.
Cleaver.
I had a kid on my baseball team when I was a kid. His last name was Cleaver, and so of course we called him Beaver Cleaver.
Okay.
My favorite beaver is Chandler Fair, who played Beaver in Chronicles of Narnia. Or was it just called Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe?
No, I think it was the Chronicles of Narnia musical.
So...
Did you see that show?
No.
Oh, okay.
I should have.
Yeah, it's all right.
I've always been a bit hesitant to go to plays and stuff because I get very uncomfortable in the seats.
Yeah.
And sometimes plays are very long.
They sometimes get very long.
I know this isn't about beavers, but we went to Into the Woods at ISU.
Okay.
I think we might have talked about this before, but everybody did a good job. Nobody did a bad job. But dear Lord, that's a long show.
Yeah.
Like it was intermission, and I went out to have a smoke. And my sister was like starting to walk to the car, and I was like, Tiffany, it's not over. And she's like, what? That's just intermission? And I was like, yeah, we gotta go back in. It was way too long.
Have you ever left a show at intermission?
No.
No, me neither.
I haven't been to that many, but I don't think I've ever even left the theater, like at a bad movie.
Really?
I came close at Hateful Eight.
Really?
I was so bored.
Wow.
That's when I was like, I think I need to enjoy Tarantino at home. Because it takes thinking and paying attention and really buying into the dialogue. And at the theater, I was just like, I'm uncomfortable. They won't stop talking about the same thing. So I think I would have enjoyed it way more at home. But at the theater, I was just so ready to leave.
Right.
It's definitely not the worst movie I saw there, but it was the one that I wasn't enjoying and went the slowest. Anyway, so beavers.
Yeah, beavers.
I don't know how old I was, but I'm guessing a full-grown adult before I realized beavers don't actually eat the wood.
Yeah.
My whole life I was like, that's what they eat. They eat wood.
No, they're getting the sap out of the wood.
Right?
Yeah.
No, in my mind, they just ate entire trees. I just believed the cartoons.
Beavers are destructive to our environments. We need to kill all these things. Yeah, they all have yellow teeth because they're just sugar fiends.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched too many documentaries about beavers.
Are you a beaver man?
I am a beaver man.
Is the beaver your favorite animal?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I was an animal, I think I'd be a beaver.
I think my favorite animal used to be the majestic dolphin.
Okay.
Until I realized they're like the most horrible of creatures.
They are sexual predators.
They're super intelligent, and boy, do they use that to do horrible things.
Yes, they do. You know about dolphins getting high?
No.
Yeah, teenage dolphins will suck on pufferfish because they're not toxic to them.
Okay.
And then they go to the surface of the water and just lay on their backs. And they just trip out.
Sounds like how I found you when I got here.
Yeah.
Just laying in the bathtub.
Why am I not in Minecraft right now? What's your favorite animal now, though? I'm asking you a lot. This is like the Justin question podcast.
I think that's a good question. Lately, I've been really into like I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like a quokka or something. Quokka.
Okay.
It's the cutest little like rodent bear I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Their face always looks like they're smiling.
Okay.
You just gotta check out a picture. It's adorable.
Quokka?
A quokka.
Did you hear about that bear in the China Zoo?
Yes. It looked like it was wearing human pants.
Did you see it? Did you saw the video of it?
I just saw the still. I didn't see the video. I was like, I can see what they're saying, but sometimes things are a weird angle.
True.
But the video would show more, I think.
It was pretty odd.
Do you think it's a dude in the suit?
I think it might be a dude in the suit. It might be a dude in the suit. Because, like, the way that the ass falls on the bear when it stands, like, bears have ass.
Right.
They do, bro. They're throwing it back.
Baby got back.
Baby got back. They got dump trucks, dude, bro. They're bragging up the Brinks truck. And that bear had no ass.
Yeah, it looked like Hank Hill.
Yeah. When he's grilling. Oh, it's fucking funny.
So when I used to work at the liquor store, there was this old guy that was a pretty big dude, and he'd come in the liquor store, and you could just hear him breathing before he opened the door. So he would just be like, and then he'd come in and just be like, "How you doing, youngin'?" But we referred to this guy as a bear in a human suit.
He is the sun bear.
I heard human in a bear suit. That's the first thing that came into my mind.
That's hilarious.
So if the bears can do it, why can't we?
Yeah. Yeah, they're already pretending to be that guy.
They're coming to buy liquor.
Happy Humphrey.
That's got to be a bear.
Yeah.
To be able to move around at 800 pounds?
That's a grizzly bear right there.
That's a grizzle right there.
Yeah. The one that you saw, that guy's just a black bear.
Did you find a quokka?
No, no, it's a QUA.
QUO.
Oh, I'm doing K. QUO.
I hope I'm saying the right one.
Yeah, quokka. Aw.
Yeah, look at those little guys.
You think this is like a bear?
No, I just said it's like a little rodent bear thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like a rodent, but it's bigger and fuzzier.
Yeah, it looks like a little hamster, kind of. Like a big hamster.
Almost a little koala to it.
Yeah. Do you know where Australia, I'm presuming?
Probably,
yeah.
That's where the cutest and deadliest animals live.
And all of just the weird shit.
Yeah.
What do you think about platypi?
I think they're super cool.
Yeah.
I don't know that I love them. I don't think they're adorable or anything, but they're very cool.
They're interesting creatures, man. It's like, I don't even know how you get that. And it's like poisonous.
Yeah. Feels like God was playing Spore. You ever play that game? Yeah, just evolve your creature the way you want to.
Okay.
And you can end up with some weird looking crap.
Okay.
That's for all you Spore fans out there.
I'm thinking of Spire, which is a game with a purple dragon, I think, where you like fly around. Spyro. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was like, I guess a platypus looks like Spyro.
No. Oh, come on. Don't be an idiot, Chan.
That's a Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragons used to be my favorite when I was a kid. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Plus, I was a little fantasy nerd, so it has dragon in the name I'm in.
Yeah.
And then they're just going around like killing stuff because they don't brush their teeth. Have you ever heard that?
No.
They're not poisonous, but their mouths are so filthy that they'll kill stuff through the bacteria.
Really? I thought they were poisonous.
No, if they bite them, their bacteria is just so bad that it'll just poison. Well, essentially poisons them, but it's not because it's venom. Just dirties up their blood.
Do they got teeth?
Yeah.
Well, see, as Bobby Boucher would say, my mama says that they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
That's why they're so cranky.
They need that Abdullah Oblongata.
Yes.
Yeah, man. You got anything else about beavers?
Best tail shape I've ever seen.
True.
And I think if they smacked it hard enough, they could make a nice waffle.
The tail or the creature?
The tail.
Oh, like the tail coming down can make a waffle. Wow, dude. Yo, we should actually make a spatula of a beaver tail.
Yes.
And so that way when people are making pancakes, they don't have to have a waffle maker. They can just hit it down with the...
And we can quit this podcast.
Oh, my God. This is the last episode you're ever going to see.
Our day job and our day hobby.
And we will just be...
Spatula salesmen.
Homeless.
With a cool spatula.
Trying to sell it to everybody on the street.
Please, we just want a bottle of water. We'll give you a whole beaver tail spatula.
I invested $300 into these spatulas. They might be made out of wood, but that's the beaver's favorite food.
That's all I have on beavers.
Beavers. My favorite body part on a woman. Justin Briscoe, everybody. Just kidding. My favorite body part on a woman is their soul. We're going to go into inning 8 now. Inning 8, we're going to go over-under. You guys have seen this before. We're going to pull 3 things out of this Boss Babe cup, which I do believe you can see it, thankfully.
Okay, nice.
And we're going to say whether they're overrated or underrated.
All right.
And Justin, you want to go first?
Gotta let the mics pick up the rummaging.
Yeah, don't get any of those BS top answers.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't even know who this is. Gary V.
Oh, you don't know who Gary V is?
No. Enlighten me.
Gary Vaynerchuk. I'll look up a picture of you for him. He's like the guy who's always on... he's like on YouTube and he's like, just quit your job. Just quit your job and you don't have to listen to your parents. You don't have to go to college. If you want to sell rocks, then you should be able to sell rocks. This guy?
Okay.
Oh, no, not books. Images. Oh, my gravy. Oh, those are books.
Yeah, they've
You don't know this guy?
No, I've never seen
You
this
have
dude.
no idea who this is.
Yeah, never seen him.
Really? So he's overrated to you for sure.
He's super over. Who cares about this guy?
Dude, I think Gary Vee's underrated. Yeah. And we can't argue because you have no idea who he is. He's from Belarus. He started a wine company. His dad started a wine company, and when the internet took over, Gary started posting wine reviews on YouTube. Okay. And turned it from a $3 million company to something like some crazy $100 million company, whatever. Sure. And so he sells different conferences and types of NFTs and stuff. But he's also a motivational speaker. You should look him up. I'll send you a video of him after this.
And so he wants everybody to quit their jobs and everybody just sells each other shit.
Essentially.
And then there's no money because nobody's doing any actual work.
Pretty much. Well, he wants you to follow your dreams. Right. And normally he's like, your dream is not to go to college and not to do this other shit. It's you got to go out there and sell rocks, man, or whatever.
He was talking about rocks of cocaine, of course. Crack rocks.
Honestly, he does seem like the guy that would do crack cocaine. I think he claims to not, but that is something we should look into for Gary V.
Oh, kids, no crack rocks.
No crack rocks. But Justin and I do disagree on whether Gary V is overrated or underrated. Yeah. Gary Vaynerchuk. Skechers.
It's a very underrated shoe.
You think so?
I have 2 pairs of shoes. They're both Skechers.
Are you 60 years old?
Yeah, basically. My dream is also to play Willie Loman. I have wide feet. It's probably not a shock to anyone. So a nice, comfortable shoe. That's all I care about. I didn't know that they were lame as hell, so I bought me a pair. That's an Idaho thing, right? Bought me a pair.
Bought me a pair. Went down to the Skechers store, got me a pair.
We was down there.
Yep. Pam was working behind the counter.
But I get them, and my sister looks at them, and she's like, "What are you, 60?" Basically that same thing. And I was like, "Wait, these aren't." I mean, I know they weren't cool, but I thought they were just the who gives a shit. Right. Turns out, no, they're the lame ones, but. I'm cool enough that I can take a little bit of lameness.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You got a lot of coolness inside of your soul.
Right. And they're also always on sale at Ross because nobody buys them. So give me some. These ones right now are $20 at Ross.
What is this shoes you got on? You're wearing Skechers right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not a bad shoe, dude. No. They are pretty lame, quote unquote, sure. like status quo. I like Skechers too because they're a comfy shoe. I also have wide feet, probably not super shocking, and they have a partnership with my favorite basketball player, Kawhi Leonard. Okay. Yeah. So if he's cool enough to rock Skechers, dude, then I'm cool enough to rock Skechers. And Kawhi Leonard, one time they were like, do you know anything about this guy? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the clip where they're like, Kawhi, we don't know anything about you. Like, can you tell us something about you? And he goes, I mean, you just have to ask, I'm a fun guy. I love the game of basketball.
So he's got nothing to say.
He's got nothing to say, dude.
But he's a hell of a player.
He's a hell of a player, and he's literally if a sketcher became a basketball player. He's boring, but great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a fun guy.
Dude, you just gotta ask. I'm a fun guy. I love the game of basketball. Yeah, dude. But you know what? I like him because every time he goes to the free throw line, he looks like a robot.
Yeah.
He just looks like he has no emotion, and he's just looking up. And literally, if Skechers and regular M&Ms became a basketball player person, it's Kawhi. So we agree, underrated.
Yep.
Go ahead, Justin. Pull this last.
I'm grabbing a garbage top one.
Good. We need garbage.
Got to get rid of some of them. Compose the French.
The French. See, I wrote these, and sometimes they still get me.
The French.
Overrated as shit, dude. Honestly, speak English. I don't care about your language that has no other roots in any other language, dude.
Yeah, and stop putting your French words into our language.
I don't need them.
We don't need to have a soiree. We could just have a party.
It doesn't need to be a croissant. It can just be a pastry.
And I'd be happy if it was a croissant, but instead it's a croissant.
Croissant? No, it's a pastry.
But to be honest, French bread's pretty good.
It's just bread.
But it's called French bread.
But is it from France?
I don't know.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. Are French fries from France?
And they were tasted worse when they became freedom fries for a week.
What are freedom fries?
It's when France wouldn't join the coalition of the willing against Iraq. So everybody was like, we ain't calling them French fries. We're calling them freedom fries.
Oh my God. Did they get worse, or are you just saying they weren't as... Yeah.
They were still French fries.
They were probably better when they were freedom fries, you know what I mean? Fuck the French.
These taste like 1776.
You ever had escargot?
No, but it sounds disgusting.
I know, dude. I know.
Like it's just a slimy snail going down your mouth.
And anyone who actually has had it that I know is like, it's bad.
Yeah, my cousin Randy had it. And he wanted me to give him a shout out today. I just found a way to do it.
Randy, what a guy.
And he, he said he slurped it down. He said it was disgusting. It was terrible.
We should have him prepare escargot and bring it on the podcast.
We could. He did go through culinary school. Yeah, so he might know how to cook it.
If he can get some hands on some snails, dude, I would be willing to try some escargot.
I saw an ad from Walmart on my phone that was just like a can of escargot. I was like, that can't be good.
No, dude.
That can't be good. Just canned snails.
No. Well, I've heard something like canned tuna isn't actually tuna. Like it's 80% something else.
Like whitefish?
Yeah, something like that. And it's like, how do you even know what you're getting into that escargot can isn't literally just someone's shit? I think that shit and snails probably look very similar.
I don't know. Snails are pretty mucusy, I think. And I don't know about your shit, but my shit's not very mucusy.
You should look at mine. You should look at mine sometimes.
All right, I'll be back in a second.
I left some for you in the toilet. That's gross.
Just always grade A, clean humor.
Do we have anything good to say about the French? Other than French bread?
French kissing.
Also terrible, dude. Also terrible.
I don't even like to drink out of people's cups. Do I want tongues in my mouth?
Dude, I literally had a girl one time stick her tongue in my mouth and then lick the top of the roof of my mouth until she got to my teeth and flicked it off.
All right, here's a question. It's my only question that came out of my mind. Did it tickle?
No.
Because anything touching the roof of my mouth, it tickles and it feels horrible.
You got weird tickling sensations, my friend.
Yes, I bet I do.
Do you struggle eating?
No.
But like that doesn't touch the roof of your mouth?
Certain touch, but when the dentist does these front teeth and is like cleaning behind them, I'm just like, it feels so horrible.
I need to laugh. But
it's more like the bad portion of the tickle, not the laugh portion.
The uncomfortable. I want to get out of here.
Yeah. That's the feeling that I get from the top of my mouth.
Yeah, dude. I've just never liked French kissing. I just don't like people's tongues in my mouth for sure. But that was the weirdest experience.
What about French dressing?
Bad.
Okay, I agree. I don't think I've ever had it.
It's bad. If you're not using ranch on your salad, you're just a heathen, dude.
What about Gerard Depardieu?
He's the worst painter I've ever seen.
But he's an actor.
That too, bro. What he does on the screen with his canvas work, awful.
I did respect him because somehow he was a fat dude in Hollywood that got cast as like a non-funny romantic interest.
That is pretty impressive. But it's because he's French.
Yeah,
it's because he's French.
Yeah.
They're like, it's believable. My sister even said when she went to Paris, she's like, Paris is disgusting. She's like, the countryside of France, actually pretty beautiful. Yeah. But like, that's because no French people live there. You know what I mean? Like, where the French are, it's bad.
But if we're going to talk shit about Paris, we got to talk shit about New York, too. New York sounds cool, but you go there and it's just touristy bullshit.
Have you been to New York?
No, but I've seen it on TV. No, I've just heard from people that went there and stuff. See, my cousin Randy lived there for a while.
Shout out Randy again. Is that why he went to culinary school?
No, that was someone else. But so he was working like pest control or something. But he did, while he was there, hit John Voight with his truck.
Oh, wow. He was working pest control in New York?
Or like he's in Connecticut. I don't know exactly what it was. He worked a few different jobs, but... because I guess there's a lot of pest control in New York.
A lot of rats.
Because I was thinking like countryside pest, but I'm like, no, there's cockroaches and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe it was.
Yeah, dude. I feel like the difference between New York and Paris is there's no mimes in New York.
Yeah, just living statues.
Yeah. And I'd take that way over a mime, dude. The living statues are not bothering me.
That's true.
The mimes would be like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The biggest thing I don't like about France is how people try to shove it down your throat. Like Americans. If French people love France, hey, I agree with you. Good for you. Yeah, absolutely. But when Americans are just like, oh, we're not cultured over here. I'm just like, dude, whatever. Like, you go to France, there's going to be horrible things going on in France, too.
Yep.
I'm not going to say America's better than France. I'm just going to say, like, everywhere sucks and everywhere's great.
I will say the French, they're overrated, though.
They can be, for sure. For like, college-age Americans, France, way overrated.
Yeah.
Because they all just, I want to go to Paris. I want to see Paris. It's like, okay, but there's other places to see. I'd rather go to Scotland.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the UK, honestly. I've heard the green, and I'm not talking about the smoking stuff. The
That's
green,
yeah,
in Ireland is a different green than you'll ever see anywhere else.
It's the Emerald Isle.
They literally have the Emerald City.
Yeah, there's no snakes there.
All right, Justin, we're over an hour here.
Yeah, we are. We better finish up.
Let's tag this thing up.
We're going to edit this heavily.
Yeah.
We're going to take it from an hour and 10 minutes to an hour and 6.
In our last podcast, we have 10 minutes talking about Forrest Gump. I'm not shitting you, bro.
We gotta tighten it up.
Okay, I gotta pull this thing up.
We're over an hour with 15 minutes of quality.
I don't know if quality's the right word to use for it, but we're gonna tag this episode real quick and then get out of your guys' hair. Yep. So Justin, what do you think the tag for episode 3 should be?
Lots of beaver.
Lots of beaver. Don't play games with farmers.
R.I.P. Alex Trebek. It would be good, but it'll sound like a joke.
I got it.
All right, here it is.
You already said it. We love black people. Thank you guys so much. This has been Cracker Jokes. See you next time.